Welcome to the Doghouse Podcast. I'm Jeff Davis.
And I'm Donna Williams.
And we are going to talk about doggy daycare today.
And about all the crazy dogs that we have in daycare and their personalities.
And the crazy people that come along with them.
Yes. Oh, you mean their parents?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Just checking.
Doggy daycare is really meant for socialization, right? So most people think that doggy daycare is to be socialized with humans, and that's not necessarily the case. You bring a dog to doggy daycare to socialize with other dogs and learn how to act around other dogs, so that when you go to the dog park or you go to a festival or wherever you take your dog, they don't act crazy because they've never been around other dogs before. That being said, if you're going to take your dog to doggy daycare, you have to trust people like us or like our employees to be able to mold and discipline them in a way that they know right from wrong in the social setting. So, for example, we use a water hose for a lot of reasons. To fill up the water bowl, to wash things down, to spray up, when they go to the bathroom.
Beautiful day.
But we also use it to deter them from humping each other or playing too rough or jumping on the fence when they see someone walk by, or all the things that are supposed to be like a negative consequence to something that they do, right? Spraying a dog with the water hose, most of them would prefer to play in the water hose, which,
yes.
We have to watch out for that too. But spraying a dog's feet lets them know, hey, what you're doing right now is not right.
Yes.
And typically, they run the opposite direction when you do that. Some of them run towards you when you spray them with a water hose because they're water dogs.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, some of the dogs that when we're trying to discipline, the other dogs come and interject because they think they're hogging up all the playtime with the water hose. So, you have, unfortunately, some of these owners just take it to the extreme. Oh my God, you're spraying my dog with the water hose. Well, unfortunately, you know what? That water really doesn't hurt. It really doesn't do much to them. But it lets them know that that's not okay what he's doing to his friend.
But that's also somebody who doesn't know how to discipline their dog either.
Exactly.
Because when they go home, it's the same thing. What do you say when your dog poops in the den?
Exactly. It's your tone of voice.
Right.
It's how people don't understand that dogs need a pack leader. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a leader, there's chaos. Mm-hmm. Okay? And a lot of these people at different facilities, it's, everybody runs their place different. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with how everybody does whatever. But for us, it's very important that who's ever out there watching all these dogs understand body language. They understand the mentality of all these dogs. And not everybody sometimes likes certain things while they're out there. Or if they see a stranger walking by, or when our clients, nothing drives me more crazy when our clients come and they're dropping their dog off for grooming, and they let their little dog right up the fence barking at our big dogs, just causing chaos between the fence line.
Cute.
And they think and then when you try to discipline the big dogs because they're all going crazy after this little dog spraying the water on the ground, they're like, oh my God, you're being so mean. No, why don't you back up away from the fence and stop causing all this chaos with my dogs?
Yeah.
So people need to understand that, when we're disciplining and spraying water and stuff, it's not because we're trying to be mean. It's because a fight is about to happen because this person doesn't understand boundaries. They think it's really cute barking between barriers, and it's not.
Yeah, and most of the time, most people, especially in our case, when you round the corner, going to the doghouse specifically, they're hanging out the window. They know that it's playtime.
Exactly.
It's time to have a good time, and they like to be worn out. Most dogs need to have activity.
Yes.
Which brings me to the reason you would take them to daycare is because you do work all day, and in some cases you can't afford to go to daycare every day, so you have to crate train your dog, right? So there's nothing wrong with crate training a dog, right? And there's nothing wrong with going to work at 8, putting your dog in a crate and coming home at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. But the point is that there has to be a balance. When you come home from the dog being in the crate all day, there has to be an activity. You have to get them out of there.
Yeah.
Take them for a walk. Take them to the park. Do something with them. If you're going to leave your dog in a kennel all day long and then let them out for an hour and then put them right back in there, you probably shouldn't have a dog in the first place.
Exactly, for
Right?
sure. That's really important.
And that also, I think, if your dog is crate trained, they're comfortable being in their kennel. Right?
Yes, for me, my dogs are crate trained. As soon as I get home, everybody does their thing. They run to their crate because they know they're getting their treat. Gives me time to get my stuff done, and it's a good, safe place for them. They enjoy going to their crate because that's their safety zone. And then after I'm done getting situated, everybody's out running amok.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with it if it's done for the right reason. If that's all you're doing is shoving your dog in the kennel, then just don't even get a dog.
Right.
What's the point?
No, I totally agree. But there becomes, humans create this separation anxiety, and I say they create it because
They do. It's the humans. It's not
human
the
that does
dogs.
it. The dog doesn't automatically show up, emotionally attached to someone. It's the, making a big deal of it when you leave them.
Every time,
If you
yes.
if you're having emotional anxiety about leaving your dog, they're going to have emotional anxiety about me and the dog. 90% of the time,
Yes.
when somebody comes and drops their dog off, typically it's a mom that's, oh, it's okay. I'm just dropping you off for grooming. You're only going to be here for a couple of hours. I'll be right back. And the dog is reacting to that emotion. And as soon as the person walks out the door, the dog is like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, right. I don't have issues. It's her.
Yeah. They have
It's
no
not me.
problem at all. And there's so many times we say, no, we're just going to stand here until you leave. And then as soon as they leave, the dog's like, okay, where are we going?
Yes.
Let's go do whatever we're going to do. So humans are the ones that create the emotionally detaching issues.
Humans create, let's just be clear, humans create all the problems.
Yeah, I
Okay?
totally agree.
When it comes to animals, fighting, not socializing, why they get pets and just, discard them like trash. It's humans.
Mm-hmm.
It's just humans that cause all the problems.
But there's so much out there that you can lean on for advice.
There's so many free.
If you work on your car, you YouTube how to change the oil or how to
Yes.
change the spark plugs. If you get a dog, why don't you look through social media and look at TikTok or look at YouTube or whatever, and
Or
look
learn
up,
about the breed, period.
Right.
Before you get a particular breed, there's certain breeds for certain things, and you get this hunting dog in your apartment, and it howls, and then they're like, I don't understand. I just don't
with
get
no
it.
plan to train it
yeah.
to hunt.
I don't understand why he's howling. Really? You don't?
And then you take them to doggy daycare, which is healthy.
And it's important that you start them off young. Let's
It is
be
important
clear.
to start
It's
them off young.
socializing. Dogs are social animals, first of all. People coddle them and they put them in their little Gucci shoes and their little sweaters and their jackets. And don't get me wrong, that's all cute. But at the end of the day, dogs are social animals, okay? So if you socialize them, get them used to things like that because, they come in packs and stuff like that. And then when you keep them separated and coddle them and then say, okay, well, you're just going to be gone for 45 minutes. Dogs don't know time like that.
Mm-hmm. And you wonder why when your friends come over, they're losing their mind. because
Exactly.
They haven't been around anybody or any other dogs or anything like that. But it's also, you can't always take a dog from its beginning and mold it into what you want to. I mean,
No.
sometimes you have to get,
You
when you
get-
rescue a dog that's 4 or
Yes.
5 years old, and it's not neutered or whatever, you have to figure out before that how you're going to navigate.
Yes.
Let it get used to you. Let it get used to the house. Let it
It needs to
settle in.
decompress.
Yes. Let
So
it settle into, it knows that, this is going to be home. And that could be,
it takes a
Weeks.
rescue dog 30 days to decompress.
Yeah.
Each time I adopt one of my dogs out, I always tell them, please give this dog 30 days to decompress. You bring it home after a day and they're like, well, he peed on the floor. Really? Huh, wonder why. It's because it's been a day.
Mm-hmm.
And this dog has, been at the shelter, has been kenneled, it has been
No telling
shifted
where it's been.
around. Yes.
there's no telling.
So please give the dog time, but just dogs are routine animals too. They like structure.
Right.
When it's playtime, it's at this time or whatever. But dogs like
You go
structure.
for a walk the same
Yep.
time every day.
Yep. They
You
crate.
eat the same
Yep.
time every day.
Yep.
It's
So-
just better for structure, which is right back to the doggy daycare thing. Everybody has a schedule.
Yes.
So people that come in the morning, I tell people all the time, I feed my dogs on the same schedule we do at the doghouse, because when they board, which they do, they eat at the same time.
Yep.
Right. So I feed them before I leave for work in the morning. I feed as soon as I get home in the afternoon,
Yep.
because that's about the time that the dogs are fed and cared for, where they board on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But I think the moral of the story is doggy daycare is good. And I think that, even if you take them, to doggy daycare once a week or once every 2 weeks, if you're super active and you work from home and you walk them all the time and you have plenty of that, let them go socialize away from you with other dogs. It's good, it's healthy, and it'll make your life a lot easier.
For sure.
Can you close out?
What do you want me to say?
Thank you for
Bye.
Please like and subscribe so that's what
Oh,
you do.
yeah. Thanks for joining us today. Please like and subscribe and make lots of comments and ask lots of questions. We're here for you, and we appreciate your time.